Hello everyone, my name is Sergio and today we're gonna be decoding your processes with ChatGPT, building your own free CRM. Let's dive into it. What we need to understand first is the process that we're gonna work with. In CRMs, we have what the name stands for customer relationship management. And what we're going to do in that software is manage all our interactions with our customers. So the first step will be what are the processes behind that CRM that are going to tell us what we need to do to implement a full marketing strategy and sales strategy on my business. In this example, for the HubSpot modules, we have marketing, sales, service, and the heart of the CRM. That is basically all the automations and parameters that we're going to have from these interactions, those modules on the CRM. So what we're going to understand first is in the CRM process, they have this flywheel, and the flywheel basically tell you how you're going to convert strangers into customers, then into raving fans and long-term business. So what we're going to have right now is the creation of that process. What I'm going to start right now with is I'm going to create the marketing processes with ChatGPT. So these video series are going to start from the beginning of the CRM and the beginning of your business. So what you're going to start with your business with is how to get you online and how is your presence online. So what is the content that you're providing, the information, what is your content strategy, you sell, your SEO, your ads, your social media, etc. With that information, with that content out there, we're gonna have those strangers coming into your door, seeing your content, when then we move them into the next phase that is convert and nurture leads. In that phase where we're gonna talk about email marketing, video chat, forms, A/B testing, call to actions, marketing automation, Zapier, and we're gonna use all those tools and processes and see how we are gonna build the full business and how much it's gonna cost us to have each tool and build and apply right now all the AI automations and tools that we can use and maybe have a cheaper process. We're gonna see. For the final process on the marketing, we're going to measure the revenue and have the reports and everything, but that's when we launch the campaign. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how I reverse engineer the processes on Mermaid. And that's basically, we can combine multiple plugins on ChatGPT. I'm going to show you the process working with the first one, the second one, and the other ones. So with the first one, we reverse engineer the process for social media strategy. And I organize the first 6 topics in this order from left to right, because we start with the social media strategy, then we move forward to the content strategy, then to the landing page, blog, SEO, and that's my way of thinking how you create or you can create a business without spending a lot of money, and you're going to see the leverage that we're going to have at the end of this. If you create content, it's going to be an evergreen business instead of you reaching out to thousands of people, spending a lot of money in ads, haven't tested a product and haven't tested an audience and your offer and a lot of details behind that. So we can dive deeper into that later. On the social media process, we start with identifying goals and objectives. And clearly that's the main step. With Mermaid, we can have a visual representation of the process, and that visual representation help us organize the steps that we're going to take. So identifying our goals and objectives is going to be a process that at the end, we're going to have a loop or a quality process that is going to be connected and adjust. So that's part of that process. And starting with identifying our goals and objectives, we can move to define the target audience. And that's where a lot of questions come in, and where I say like how I can create this process, when is the time gonna be, I don't have time for this. Then we ask ourselves this question and we transform it into prompt. How do I start with the step that we're reviewing? How do I start identifying goals and objectives? And then I will use how do I start defining my target audience? So I put those prompts in ChatGPT and you can see all the answers of each step. And it's very curious how ChatGPT lays it out. First, we understand the mission of the vision of our strategy. Then we define our goals and objectives, and we utilize a clearly well-known process that is smart objectives. So we create a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound plan for that. I'm very project manager, if I say. Identify the key performance indicators, clearly the numbers that is going to be moving the business. Align these strategies with the stakeholders and document your goals and objectives. So that's mainly general planning for the business. Then we move to analyze your content audience. Clearly, we're going to go to social media, take the numbers, see the demographics and the behaviors, and what we can replicate. Identify your ideal customer. Those are going to be the personas that we're going to work with. Creating the profiles, the needs, the language, the goals. Divide that audience into the specific needs that they have. We can segment and maybe do categories depending of the customer that we have, and we can segment them based on the level of awareness that they have. Research your competitors. Clearly, let's do a computer analysis. I can do a whole video around that. That's really easy. It's very going into the other websites, basically capture images and start seeing what they're doing and how you can improve it. Understand your products and service, your value proposition. This is key, very key to any business. I think everyone should start here because the value proposition and the pain points is basically the product itself, how you're gonna sell it, and how you're gonna position your product, and how they're gonna see your product on the long run or as a customer interface first interaction. Then we use social media insights. We can conduct a survey, align our business goals, document your target audience. So that's basically gathering all the information about our audience. Then, as soon as we understand our audience, we start creating our content calendar. And this is very important, where we can gather information about how they're creating their videos, what are the pieces of edits that they are doing, what they're showing, what's the style of the video, what is the style of the content, and all of those ideas behind that. Yeah. Then develop content ideas. Clearly, the brainstorm that I just mentioned. Choose the right platforms. Not every platform is for every niche. So if you're starting from scratch, you can have an omni-channel presence and maybe create vertical videos for a strategy. But if you're not too savvy to do that, I will recommend you start with just one platform and stick with that platform for maybe a year or two to see how you can grow. Create what high quality content, optimize engagement, utilize tools and resources. Clearly is one of our priorities. So this is the basic recommendations where you creating a video, have a good visuals, incredible voice, and develop proposition. The content is key. Then we can consider maybe the content types, the resources, and the expertise that we have. Then we can align our goal with our KPIs. Consider maybe innovating those platforms and use new opportunities, maybe with affiliates or doing collaborations with other YouTubers or content creators. That's another good idea. And always is good to when you have good ideas to test the new ideas, test new products, new approaches, and really ask the community if they like it. If they like it, you can move forward and create more of it, or really change it and move other directions. So it's very important to maintain clear communication with your audience. Then we move to the important phase, to the creation and implementation, where we publish our content, engage with our audience, collaborate with influencers, run plan advertisement. That's another thing. Um, do social listening, yeah, and iterate the process. Huh? Same things, KPIs, analytics, social listening, analytics, evaluate, monitor, same. Some of these processes are going to be repetitive because ChatGPT is trying to really have the same framework in each process. There's going to be 10 steps. And the other thing is, we always know as project managers that there's always a planning phase, optimization phase, implementation phase, review phase, and all of those phases. Yeah, responding to the comments, hosting webinars. There's another whole of ideas when you are scaling your business. You are into the social media strategies. So the big question: how can you reverse engineer CRM processes with the Mermaid plugin and ChatGPT? First, we identify the process, and this can be applied with other softwares as well. So for the CRM, we have the three main modules, as I explained it in the beginning: the sales process, the customer support process, the marketing automation, and yeah, the marketing process. So we are going to break down each process into identifying the stages, the relationships behind them, and the actors who is going to be responsible, and who is going to be responsible in each stage. Then we create a visual representation using Mermaid. Those are going to be the flow charts, sequence diagrams, mind maps that we're going to use. We can iterate and refine the process, review it with our stakeholders. We can document and analyze the full process. We can use ChatGPT for guidance if we need questions, or generate descriptions as well. And finally, we can have implementation and improvements. Clearly, that's another video where we can, when we have all the things ready, we can dive into more details. Finally, I have the major question: how we can implement that whole programmer process into, let's say I only have 2 hours per day to really implement it because I have a full-time job, or I can invest more time into this. So maybe if I'm going to work 4 hours a day, I can combine day 1 or 2 in the first one, and I can move forward with that plan. I ask ChatGPT on how I can implement this in the 2 hour work session that I have per day. And and the chat laid out the first hour, the second hour, and how I can work in those hours, and the tips that I need to have to really implement the process. As you saw, this is for social media strategy. So that process was just for social media. I can replicate the same prompts and process with content strategy, landing page, blog, SEO, ads, and the other modules of the CRM. This is how we start creating our marketing, and this is the first step to really implement a solid money-making machine for free using ChatGPT. You're gonna see the other series where we're gonna create the content and apply all of this information into real life applications. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.